Syrians celebrate the fall of al-Assad and rebuild from tragedy. After enduring 5 decades under the iron grip of the Assad regime, a wave of jubilation and hope has swept through Syria. Citizens, many of whom had lived in fear, poverty, and repression, are beginning to rebuild their lives and communities. The fall of the Assad regime marks the end of an era of authoritarian rule and opens the door to a long and challenging journey of recovery and healing. The collapse of a regime. The Assad family ruled Syria for over 50 years, with Hafez al-Assad establishing a regime that was characterized by centralized power, suppression of dissent, and the silencing of political opposition. His son, Bashar al-Assad, continued this legacy, leading the country into a devastating civil war after protests erupted in 2011. The eventual fall of Bashar al-Assad's government is being hailed as a moment of liberation by many Syrians, who view it as a turning point in their nation's history. The collapse came amid sustained international pressure, economic decline, and the erosion of the regime's territorial control, culminating in its inability to maintain authority. Return of families from Lebanon. For years, neighboring Lebanon hosted over 1 million Syrian refugees, many of whom fled violence and poverty. With the regime's fall, families have begun returning to their homeland, eager to reclaim their lives and participate in rebuilding a nation that has been battered by war. One returnee, Rana al-Hamid, shared her optimism. "We fled with nothing but hope. Now, we come back with dreams of a new Syria, where our children can live without fear." Like Rana, thousands are returning with a sense of cautious optimism, ready to face the challenges of reconstruction, the process of rebuilding. Rebuilding Syria after decades of dictatorship and over a decade of war will be no small feat. The war destroyed much of the country's infrastructure, leaving entire cities in ruins. Families returning from Lebanon and other neighboring countries are faced with the task of rebuilding homes, schools, and hospitals, while also addressing deep-seated social and economic scars. Economic recovery. Years of sanctions, corruption, and war have devastated Syria's economy. Rebuilding efforts will require significant investment, support from international donors, and policies that promote transparency and accountability. Healing divisions. The civil war deepened sectarian and regional divides. Initiatives focused on reconciliation and social cohesion are critical to fostering unity and trust among Syria's diverse population. Justice and accountability. Many Syrians demand accountability for the atrocities committed during the Assad regime. Truth and reconciliation commissions, trials, and reparations are among the steps being considered to address the nation's painful past.